We need to look no further than at our own history to see that the outstretched hand of peace inevitably balls into the fist of war. The alien alliance known as the Symbiotry tells us that they only desire peace, but what guarantee do we have that these supposed ambassadors of goodwill are not merely concealing their true, aggressive intentions? How can we ensure the safety of our planet or the future of our children if we blindly open our arms and welcome into our world strange races about which we know nothing? The human race has conquered and mastered this world for thousands of years. We have triumphed because of our power and our technology. We have proven ourselves superior. We must make sure that the planet Earth never succumbs to hostile invaders.
You are no match for me, human. But I love a challenge.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick!
Alfred Banks is the name, and real estate is my game.
I knew there was something special about you the minute you stepped off that train, kid.
Miami, eh? I've always heard that place was nothing more than glorified swampland.
People are buying left and right. It's a great time to be in real estate.
When I came down here, my goal was to succeed like my father. When I'm finished, the name Banks will finally mean something again.
What say you leave that real estate baloney behind and come work for me?
What are you doing? Mark my words, Banks. We're on the verge of something great.
I think you're going to do wonders for us.
There never seems to be a dull moment with you around.
So what do you say? Do we have a deal?
The wrench is gone. Hey, Butler, the wrench is gone. Somebody stole it.
Negative. You are the only employee on this base. Only you can have misplaced it.
Know where I put it?
Negative. Probability for finding wrench in command room, cafeteria, living room, and living quarters are the highest.
All right, I'll go check there then. Butler, I found the wrench.
Affirmative. Where did you put it?
In my room. It was covered by magazines that I'd been studying. I'll start working on those leaks now.
Acknowledged.
Hello everybody, how is it going? I hope you're doing well. Look, I fixed the bot. It's not freaking out. It was just a little, there were just a few problems. It didn't take much to fix it. And having all of the data that I had from the last time made it so much easier to test it as well. So, yeah, it's working. Hey, I beat the game. Hey, didn't you see me beat the game? I'm a robot master. A robot master. I'm happy it's working. I checked it when we were when we were doing stuff. Yeah, robot master. Hey, guess what? It's Taco Tuesday, so I should open the Taco Tuesday majigger. Let's do it now. There we go. Done. All right. How's everybody doing today? How was your Taco Tuesday? I had a busy day dealing with stuff. I mean, that's really the best way I can. Claire also hasn't been like hasn't been hanging out in here. Which means you won't see her on the chair, which I guess is okay when we're playing widescreen games because the cat cam isn't even up. But I don't know. Her chairs are getting unused. She's finding new places that she likes to lay. Oh well. Let me see all this stuff. Can I throw all this stuff away? I think I can. Throw it away. Yeah, I can throw all this stuff away. Okay. Alright. What are you all thinking of this game? And stuff does happen. Mainly work stuff. Yeah, I'm liking it. There was that one jank moment. There's a few jank things about the game, but compared to the Sinking City, I am enjoying this significantly more. I feel like open world was a mistake. It's the thing nobody really asked for. Apparently Steam had closed on me, so I have to... It's not that I hated the Sinking City, it's that I feel like there was a lot of stuff that... Like, I feel like the open world concept was just not needed, and the combat as well was not needed. Alright. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's fun to watch. I do kind of worry that... Wait, that's not even... It's not even a Steam game. I was like, it's Epic. This is an Epic game. I think I got it for free. I think this is a game I got for free. I mean, I'm surprised that the Sinking City came well after this game. Like, I feel like this game seems more... I don't know. When it came out, when everything had to have open world. All right, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're in this. Somebody died. I mean, that's pretty much always the case. Seems like someone always dies. Although I guess with the missing train, I guess people did die. What do we need to do? Investigate the murder, search for possible sailors. So we have to look in our archive for possible sailor suspects, I think is what we ultimately have to do, right? I think we already did that. We just... And the game didn't save that thing. Yeah, we did that. Wait, it was 1893. We have to go to 1893.
Here it is.
Start that timer. Alright, the ship was, Harris Fred. This reported the beautiful lady is presently engaged to Sir... well, okay. What does it say? Has returned from a 6-month voyage. Okay, so basically we got something about the ship.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
I have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
What? I'm just not talking. The game's too quiet.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
at your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend.
It is kind of quiet.
Borrow it. There will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Too risky. Alright, let me see if can I turn it up here? Audio. Yeah, I can. Turn the voice all the way up, too. Maybe that'll be better. Where is it?
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Okay. Oh, 1894. Well, technically...
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Oh. Right. Okay. He departed then. Okay.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Oh, no.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Okay, we're looking for the chill. Somebody chill southward Woods Walker. And okay, here's
this officer
him.
is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Cross him off. All right. There's Mr. Rogers. Woods.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Alright, knock him off the list. Chill.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Oh, wait, it doesn't... I'm not sure if we can eliminate everybody, but we can eliminate, some of them. Or maybe we can eliminate them all.
This list shows the senior...
Willick? Oh, Crocker.
Mr. Jack Crocker.
Oh, we already got him. Chalmers. Super Nintendo Chalmers. Oh, there's Walker.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Okay, now we need to find southward. Here he is.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Murder most foul. Okay.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
I love how nobody listens to Watson.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Honest. He also has a beard. Strong build. Nothing about the hands. Newspaper ink. Alright. Oh, we're looking at his pants. Clean boots. What's the other thing? We don't know. Oh, there it is. Sea knife. For cutting a thing.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have.
No cameras
we
everywhere.
have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
We don't have like... We can end this now. Do we have any other things we can do? Nope. We don't. Well, I guess that's the end of the case. Let's look at my letter. Crime took place. I feel like most murder cases were flimsy. Like, most of them were super flimsy. Even now, we have our cases. Sometimes we have a case that doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he did it. I feel like we have enough evidence. I'm gonna absolve him though. I'm gonna absolve him of it.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
It's true.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
I wasn't expecting him to try to kill me. Oh, he's trying to kill himself? Wait, what was his plan here?
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love.
Okay.
Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
Okay. I feel justified with that choice.
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Okay. Okay. Hey, look, we were right and we got all the clues. Yeah, we were perfect. I'm about to finish the case. Okay, yes. The Kew Gardens drama. Is that Q or Q?
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
The bees! The bees! We have nothing to deduce. Nothing has happened. We have nothing to deduce. Well, this is taking a while. Why is this taking so long? Jeez. What? Maybe this place is
well,
big.
Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Some plants were stolen. Oh, we came in. Alright. Oh, okay. You could have just done
Don't
this.
touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
Plants.
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Miss White? Like from Clue?
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but It seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes. Just here, near the door to the Colonial Collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
I know what a reserve is. Jeez, you think I'm not smart? I'm Sherlock freaking Holmes, man.
Do not touch.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
They yoinked them. They yoinked the plants.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Indeed. So somebody had a heart attack too, huh? I assume we should consider that suspicious.
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. Blood. This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
Is it because he had a heart attack there? I mean, seems reasonable. I mean, I have never had a heart attack, and hopefully I never do, but... Is there more to look at? Oh, there is more to look at.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The esconsson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
A stone ship?
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
All these plants. I think we found all the clues. Just here. Wait, footprints? Where were those?
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet.
I don't remember those.
The traces are thinner in some places. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all. No, it wasn't like that.
Oh no, it's one of these. Oh, I hate these. They're introducing us to a new mechanic.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
What do we got here? Wait, where are we? Oh, okay. Wait, where are we?
These flower pots are beautiful. They are in... The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Is that suspicious? Oh, we're back outside.
There is a smell of burning.
Tastes like burning.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. The remains of a picture frame. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A broom handle was half burned. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Why are they burning plants? This is very suspicious. This is very, very suspicious. I mean, I was suspicious before, but this just, like, makes me even more suspicious, you know? Hey, it's a map.
Colonial Collection. Water lily greenhouse. Dry tropics. Ventilation system. Seed house. Nursery. Palm house. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Reserve.
You are here.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Object of interest. Okay. It's an object of interest.
Locked.
Locked. I hate it when things are locked.
Locked.
Locked on that side, too. Move, dude.
Locked.
Also locked. Okay. Well, we found the ventilation system. It seems like somebody put something in the ventilation system which may have caused a heart attack. So... I feel like that may be what happened.
Locked.
That's also locked. Wait, who's this guy? Dang it, stop. Dude, walk in the right direction. Oh, this is the guy I talked to at the beginning. Inexpensive glasses. Dirty collar. Gardener's hands. Yeah.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
I already suspect him.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
I don't know, maybe. Want to steal some seeds, man.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy, then.
I did? I don't remember doing that, but okay. I mean...
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Oh no, we're gonna cut him open.
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Ew, it's internal organs. Gross.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Oh.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
We yoinked out his heart.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
So it probably wasn't a heart attack?
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean...
Yes, it is murder.
We should inform Lestrade.
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building? I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
Murder most floral.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
Yeah.
More than a little.
Murder. Murder. Oh no. We know he was likely trapped in... He was trapped in a... That's why he barged, pushed open the door. I find it odd that it wasn't... He didn't ask any more questions about his death. Like, oh yeah, it was a heart attack. Back we go. But it sounds like that one guy is an ex-hat. So I think somebody's burning evidence. I think evidence is being burned. Let's talk to him.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Explain.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart
You like
Set.
to eat cake?
He was famous for it. That
And?
He had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before. And now, all of a sudden, he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
No, we didn't tell him that there was murder most foul. All right. I'm good with that. I'm
locked.
I have to find that one person to unlock the stuff. He said he was in the place. Where was the place that he was at?
Locked.
Where is it at? The reserve. Right there. He was there.
Na 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 leader. Na 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 leader.
Getting trouble.
Na 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 leader.
Na 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 leader. Tier. Leader. Sub. Leader. Hope you're doing well.
I love the leader.
Kitty Trouble Games just subscribed. Let's do some spinning of a wheel. Let's do some spinning of a wheel. What do you say? I think that sounds fun. After I give you your plunge. I also think that you won the raffle last time. You weren't here. By the way. So we can do that too. Let's do that now. Let's do raffle first. All you gotta do is give me a number from 1 to 9. Gotta. 4. Oh, I'm not logged in. I gotta log in. Hang on. This is where all the good stuff is. All right. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big move. That means you can add 15,000 tacos to any game in the voting queue. 15,000 tacos. I don't think the big move is as good as it was anymore. Like, I really don't. I'm gonna change it. You can add 20,000 tacos to any game in the voting queue. I feel like tacos got distorted, so 20,000 tacos. Here's where everything was. Well, it's because I changed the way the queue was ordered and stuff like that. So tacos became less of a factor as a vote, considering it as opposed to votes. So, like, 3 bonus votes is technically better than 20,000 tacos. So I'm gonna have to rethink that one. Anyway, let's pull up the spinner now. Wait, I can put it here, can't I? Yeah, I can have it here. Alright, click spin. It's 3 spins, or 5 spins, I guess. Alright, calamity card. Those are back here. You get a calamity from the Oregon Trail. Oh no, they all fell. Well, I'll just pick this one. Oh, it's extremely cold. Oh no. If you don't have a clothing card, you die. Oh man, I dropped all my calamity cards. That was a calamity in and of itself. Okay. AI. Okay. I'll do that. Let's keep the spinning going while I pick up my calamity cards. What did I get? Oh, point and click page book. Nice. I'm just gonna keep spinning so we can see what we got. We'll do all these. I'm thinking of also having a second spinner specifically for tier 3 subs, but that way it's 1 spin. Taco party.
It's raining tacos.
2 more spins, including this one. Lee Carvello, all right. And oh, you get to see the King's Quest 8 disc. Nice. 426. And I gotta click this button so you can see it up close. Look at it. It's beautiful. Ooh. It does exist. It does exist. Alright, and as far as the page we got, it's it's page for Tales of Monkey Island Chapter 1. Launch of the Screaming Narwhal. There you go. LeChuck has holes in him. Just accept that. He's kind of green, so he's got holes in him. He's full of holes. There you go. There's the art. The spinner picked that one. All right, well, we're gonna play Lee Carvello. You think this is a fake game? You think this is a fake game too?
Welcome to Lee Carvello's Putting Challenge. I am Carvello. Now choose a club.
Should we win or lose? Oops.
You have chosen a putter. Now enter the force of your swing. I suggest feather touch. You have entered power drive. Now push 7, 7, 8 to swing.
I missed.
Would you like to play again?
No, I said no.
You have selected no.
There you go. I missed. That was a good miss. All right. Anyway, thanks, Kitty Trouble Games, for the 4-month tier 3 sub. That is so generous of you. Oh, I need to add the tacos to that game too. Let me do that real quick. AI. Enter. Wait, what game was it? I guess you can technically add it to any game, can't you? It doesn't have to be a game in the voting queue. It could be technically any game. Oh, man. Why is it not coming up? Okay, my search is janked out when it comes to searching for games. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. Okay, boom, done. Added. It's been added. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. By the way, the taco token drawing is open if you want to enter the taco token drawing. Exclamation point. Tacos. All one word in the chat to enter to win a taco token. We should add 3 bonus votes to games. Be exchanged for 5,000 tacos. Or can... 12 could be exchanged for an incentive pack. So the reserve's there. Wait, I'm confused. I'm here. So if we turn around, it's there. So he's over here. Okay. So he's in this area. He's in here. Oh, he must be.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yes, you can. After I look over here. And look at that. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh. Now we can actually look at him. I mean, I guess he could have killed his own father. Doesn't seem like it, though. Based on that. Consumed by grief. Seems highly unlikely. Clean hands.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
He seems like
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
We already know
he
that.
hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Need some keys. Where's Mrs. White? Oh, she was working in the seed area. Okay. She's probably in the seed house. Go to the seed house. Like, we're taking the tour now. Wow. It's so nice. Ooh, look at all the plants. Here is where the place is that was cleared out. The stolen plant.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou. I remember our visit in the case of the Awakened.
Dry tropics.
Oh, cacti.
Dry tropics.
Let's look around and see if there's anything in here. I don't think there is, but you know, we can look. There's fertilizer. There's that fire, which we already looked at. Now, we haven't played the previous games. They're all kind of separate entities. I mean...
Look, Holmes. This charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Like, the stories don't really relate to each other.
Open.
It was Miss White in the conservatory with the plant.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Indeed.
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Let's sum her up. She's got ears. She's got ears. Confirmed. She definitely has ears. Nothing about her fate. Oh, wait. She has expensive perfume. Her clothes look kind of expensive, too, actually. Maybe not, though. Poor family, but yet expensive perfume. Oh, that seems suspicious. What's this other one? Oh, I see what it is. I know what it is.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Alright, now we have a lot of stuff.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
I mean, Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
Plant. Take that, you window. Now you're open. Oh, now you're closed. The seeds. There's seeds. What do we need to do now? Find the stolen plants. Find the plant that we used to kill. Inspect the staff buildings. Okay. So we need to look at more buildings. Feel like we've looked in this building enough.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Which they could open the window on. So it's clear to me. Well, maybe I don't know exactly what happened, but you know, a picture is being painted. Who started the fire? I mean, I guess we don't know. I guess it's not necessarily who started the fire. It's who threw the gas mask in the fire. There, now we can yoink some plants.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
For our bees. No, we're not going to do that. Well, that's sad. I really was hoping to yoink some plants. What's this? What's this thing that's covered up? Huh?
What should we do next, Holmes?
You should get out of my way, Watson. I'm trying to go that way. Watson, you're in my way. Oh, Watson, you're in my freaking way. Go do stuff that doesn't involve being in my way. What's this? Examine.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Well, clearly that couldn't have been.
I am curious if the marble that we found will
It's
fit this
raining
place.
tacos.
Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Interesting. Watson, get out of my... Watson, get out of my way! Oh my god!
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery. A thesis written by Martin Hamish. A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Posters.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
I think it was him. I mean, maybe not.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
Well, he was certainly educated. He was certainly educated. We can say that about him. Ooh.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
What are you
A
saying?
phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Evidence required. Oh, so we might find another one. Audio logs. Nice.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments. There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Well, we gotta get Toby. It's Toby time. Well, not quite yet. We gotta...
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
Botany? That means study of plants.
Locked.
Oh, that's the
Holmes,
door.
Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Well, it's time to do what we do best. Well, there's like, this is more advanced. What's with the white things? Oh, we can move it. Oh. I see. Whoops. Is it wrong? It seems right to me. Oh, the thing that's wrong is this one. Oh man, now we have to turn the whole thing. Right. Bam, did it. Nailed it.
Open. Martin Hamish's locker. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political. So I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Garden lies in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead and free my mind from this uncertainty.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting. Father and I, Kew Gardens.
Oh, I meant to use that. Okay.
Albert's locker.
He's got a hat.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Graphics that despite your excellent results with our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you to the Royal Navy School. Your father has expressed an intention to entrust you with the directorship of the gardens. It is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept. Oh, so basically he would have gotten in if it weren't for his meddling father. All right. Well, that's interesting.
A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
And they seem to get along.
Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
Chemistry.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
I am writing this letter with a reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money?
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
I know, Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you in this present time. Please let me reassure you that I would not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Okay, so Albert was helping her.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
We are surprised to receive your letter. How can you think to ask for us for money after all these years that have passed since you left and without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromised their reputation. As it appears, you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Whew. That's rough. Rough. All right, do we have any new things we can, like... None of that does anything for us. All right. Well. Were you watching, Holmes? Were you watching? Were you like making sure like we didn't get caught? I hope so. I didn't tell you to. Okay, I think all of these lockers have been examined. Hey, Gregory, how is it going? Your girlfriend's mad at you? For watching this amazing game? I think we're gonna have to find the combination of this one.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a variety of new barley. One that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning about this very subject. All right. A letter. My dearest Margaret, following our latest conversation, I believe it will be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. Okay.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Quite. Yes, quite interesting indeed. Yes. Well, we don't. How would we get the combination of this safe? Wait, was there anything on the photo that would, like...
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
I don't think we... How would we open this safe?
What should we do next, Holmes?
We should open this safe. That's what we should do next. But I don't know how. I'm doing good, Gregory. No, wait. Oh, this isn't a very good save. Okay. I think I got it. This is a horrible save. This is like the worst safe design ever. Okay. Maybe the thing was why break open the safe when basically all you have to do is solve a puzzle. I thought we were gonna have to find out the combination, but no, we just have to do that. Please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and save the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plants. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purposes. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14th, 1889? So I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. See you in Boodles on Tuesday, as always. Boodles. Boodles. Mr. Dunn, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them imprisoned. They do not belong to you. Their so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie we need not elaborate. It was reported in the press as the case of June 14th, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. Okay, I think we should investigate that. We gotta get Toby, though. I just remembered. Another letter.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Rental of the suite of rooms, an educational scholarship, credits opened at Hamilton, house tailors in a, okay. So she was indebted to him. Okay. Interesting. Hey, Finkelroy. Alright, I need to take a break. I need to find Claire. I don't know where she is. Let's see if we can talk to him first before we take a break. See if we can ask him any additional information.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to...
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire.
You liar.
He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room, in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
You liar.
Evidently.
You're such a liar.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
I very much suspect him. Let's do this. Hamish had motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined by Dunn. It's true. It's true. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. He was planning to release Miss White from her position. So that's a motive as well. I don't think that's a big motive, though. Like, that doesn't feel like a huge motive there. Alright, I think that's all we got here. Now we gotta go to Toby and, have him sniff some things out. Oh, we did go through all the offices. Okay. Alright, so we gotta go get Toby. We gotta find the plant that was used to kill, find the stolen plants. Alright, so we actually completed examine all of the offices. I didn't see that actually come up as something we had completed. So we have completed it. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. It won't be that long. I just have to stand up and move around so my legs don't fall off. But anyway, I'll be back in a little bit.
It's raining tacos.
I'm back. Hey, Zotal. Thanks for the taco partay. Alright. We gotta go get our dog. You think they're gonna be mad about us bringing our dog? No dogs allowed. I like how we don't talk. We just like...
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that. I think that might be against the stuff.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance. Search, Toby. Search.
Hey, he can open doors. Toby can open doors. It's amazing. Look at him. He can open doors. Let's go bother him. It doesn't do... I thought we might get a reaction. That's all. But no, we did not get a reaction.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found. This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes, a tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Okay.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Alright, now you can hang out here, Toby. Alright? You gonna hang out here? You gonna hang out right here. What can I do with the bottle? Oh, I can perform analysis on it. I can search the archives for all this stuff. Okay, we should probably go back home and do stuff, because we got a bunch of archives and stuff we can do. So let's go back home. Bring Toby home. He probably didn't like it there anyway. He probably thought it was stinky.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. This is the bottle that we found hidden at Kew Gardens. Let us use a pipette to take a sample of the liquid and fill a test tube.
A pipette?
A colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
Tasty.
Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a pipette.
Where am I putting it? Oh, I put it in there.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
A fertilizer, eh? Well, that didn't help me a whole lot, it seems. Okay, rare plants botany. Exotic plants. Okay. Only the first three can be dangerous to humans, particularly Florum diabolica. Only under very specific conditions. The plant would react to a process of aggression against which it will issue deadly spores.
Here it is.
Okay. Search for the broken pot. The symbol from the broken pot. Where would that be at? Marks and symbols.
That is not the one I need. That is not the... That is...
Oh, the Divine Syndicate. Okay. The Divine Scholastic Syndicate for Vegetation. The members of the Syndicate worship Trewin, the God King. They strive to obtain spiritual peace and release themselves from the material world, so generous donations are appreciated.
Here it is.
Alright.
The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
Okay, what am I looking for now? Find the flower pot symbols. The pots do not belong here. Okay. I would think that would again be... Seymour Gardens. They are a premier supplier for all landscape gardening and timber requirements. Full range supply, delivery of sand. Alright.
Here it is.
The Fine Syndicate Club follows the God King Tyrann, situated at 48 Grosvenor Street, Carleton Road. Protections of plants and more particularly trees are currently the subject of administrative investigation. The leaders of this organization are suspected of financial malfeasance. It may be that this investigation will lead to charges of judiciary Meanwhile, many voices have risen high against the inspection, denouncing the state, in particular this private organization, which has given its goal the defense and protection of nature, and which incorporates many persons of influence, including political representatives of the opposition party. All right.
And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
Tanzarian Gardens. All right. I guess we can do this while we're traveling. We don't have to do this now. We're gonna be traveling, so we got a lot of new stuff. Well, I guess we got one new thing. I thought we got more than that. True. No, those don't match up. Okay. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. That's what we got. All right. Now we're there.
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who could help us.
Okay, we got somebody up here. He's a guru.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sap. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please,
good.
Mind my
so far so good.
Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcomed you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic? Himself?
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
Tattoo. He has a face. I'll give him that.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate, glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
We visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation. Green Grand Mystic. We are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
We know this.
Our God King's name is Treewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course.
Raw sap, it is called. It is near the entrance.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
Well, that was easy. I thought we were gonna get like a quiz there. Who do we worship? Which is like completely in the easy to research. We're a true devotee, though. I mean, you know, it doesn't get more true than that. I don't know. I don't know if he was like saying we should eat food. Like, I don't know. He might have just been saying eat food.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. The Kew Gardens symbol.
That's suspicious.
A fragment of a flower pot.
Alright, let's go in. Alright, this is the best game ever. Best game ever. Hey, look, that guy has a hat. Hey, it's a drugs
that
table.
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
Drugs table.
It is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
Well, there you go.
The list of plant friends and benefactors, lawyers, well-known manufacturers, political leaders.
It's Holmes approves. Yes, Holmes approves. Can I take more? So I can take more.
It is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
My word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
Say more.
It is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
They have infinite.
My word, Holmes.
They have infinite
Their
cocaine.
sap is like a form of cocaine.
All right, we're done. We don't want to have too much in our system. What's up with this guy?
Osmosis and photosynthesis. Osmosis and photosynthesis.
This must be Treewan, the Divine Syndicate's god.
Looks like a tree. Oh, here's a door.
This door is locked, but I can try to open it.
I guess that guy isn't gonna notice, huh? He's too busy doing his thing. Okay, the first thing we do is move this so that the line is there. Then we just keep moving lines so they line up. This is like, I feel like this is, once you figure this out, it's just, we can move it. Oh, I see what we need to do. I think we need to move this one. We need to, okay, so this one is slightly more complicated, I guess. Would be there. Well, now I'm getting confused. I will say that. I'm getting a little bit confused. Okay, that's clearly correct. Ah, does it go like that? No, it doesn't go like that. No. Ah, there we go. Like that. It goes like that. Bam. Nailed it. Look, we found a mystery door. We found a door of mystery. Well, this is not a door of mystery. This is just a door. It's only a door of mystery when it's locked.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
That's where they keep all their dangerous plants, probably. Their secret plants.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Okay, they stole their plants back. It's very clear to me they stole their plants back.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
They are the ones that took the plants.
Nothing of interest.
Okay. We now know that. I mean, we don't know that, but we kind of do know that.
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Ooh, it's the secret room.
This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens. That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments. A vast amount of opium.
Okay, I was kind of expecting to find the plants in here, and I did not. So, you know. Okay. Have we found everything we need to find in here? I think we have. Holmes loves this religion. Yeah, he seems to be kind of making himself at home here. Okay, we don't have any new info yet. Let's talk to the guy again. Hopefully he doesn't try to kill us. I like how he's the only one here, other than the guy in the hat.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Okay, apparently that wasn't the right answer.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Oh, that's one I picked before. How is that not the correct answer?
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy
I
there.
don't understand how that's not the correct answer. Oh, Kew Garden symbol is what I want to pick.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search? Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago, and we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
We did it! We found them! They said they couldn't find them, so I'm gonna trust him on that. Like, what do I need to do now? We haven't found out what they're concealing yet. I don't think he did. I honestly don't think they killed him. I mean, they just stole the plants back. That's what they did. Further most foul? Yeah, that's right. So we haven't found everything yet, or what? Can we do it? Can we do like an analysis on anything? Oh, I haven't talked to him yet about that. I like how it tells me when dialogue choices are added. Like, that's kind of nice. We could stop at the drugs table again.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
We took some caterpillars. Nice. What are we gonna do with those? Okay, so I hadn't done that before, but oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yoink! These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
That's a yoink. That's 3 yoinks. Now we leave. Now we leave before we get caught. Bye. I'm not taking anything. Later. I totally did not steal those plants. So they did take the poison plants back. But that doesn't mean they actually poisoned them. I don't think I can do anything at Okay, well, they took the poison plants back, so oh, I gotta set up an experiment. I don't. I don't know. I gotta continue this investigation.
Perfect.
We gotta do an experiment, apparently. Time for an experiment. What is he doing? What is Watson doing over there?
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask. A prickly plant. A carnivorous plant. This is a strange and unusual plant.
Okay, that didn't work. Okay.
This plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more.
We're being mean to this plant.
It appears to open after being... This plant seems to have... I wonder what secrets this plant...
Okay, wait. What do we need to do here?
It appears to open after... It closed again. I believe I saw us. I wonder what secrets this plant is...
I'm not sure.
It appears to...
Oh, maybe we need to put it in the middle. We probably need to put it in the middle.
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. My word! It shot a spike at me after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagined that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack. My...
Okay. This is a weird ass puzzle that I never expected.
How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
Okay, I think I know what we do now. Alright, so we need to swap, put this one over here. Put this one over here. And then put a caterpillar on this, I think.
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Yeah. Interesting.
The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Yoinking plants. Alright, Kew Gardens. Let's go to Kew Gardens. Alright, we're gonna ask more questions. I don't think... I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. It's somebody here. The gas mask in the fire just tells me it's someone here. Somebody did an experiment, figured out how to do it. That's why there's a gas mask here.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
You believe him? He lied to me multiple times. Just saying.
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes,
did too.
He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh, my God.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
We got more stuff. Wait, we don't need to go through here. We can just get there through the we don't have to do all this maze like. We don't have to go through the maze. We can just come over here. Can't we? Maybe not. We do kind of have to. Oh no. This is the nursery. We can go through the nursery. That's where the bust is right there. And talk to Margaret White. I think that guy Hamish is just full of crap.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
I didn't
the
see
Divine
that.
Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Thank you, miss.
Sometime later.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
What are you talking about? What? Oh, I see. Well, first I want to listen to this thing. I want to listen to the thing. I guess we can do this first. Ah, get out of my way, Watson! Oh my god.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
I remember Albert said he got the keys and he didn't know why Hamish gave him the keys. Remember that?
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
I remember him saying, I don't know why he gave it to me, but he did.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
It's 100% caterpillar time.
Before starting the engine, the power is on. The engine cannot be started. The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
Now I go back.
Water lily greenhouse.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
Oh. We're not done yet. God, I don't know where everybody freaking is. Oh my god. Well, this is the way I wanted to go. Where was Hamish's desk? I don't remember where he was. In fact, where were all of their desks? Wait, that was Albert's space. Wasn't it? I guess not. I think he had a different space. I just don't remember where it was. Ah! Well, this is a frustrating experiment. I'm not smart like Sherlock. So I don't remember things like he does.
I am smart. I am smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R.
Oh, he was in the nursery. The one dude, Hamish, was in the nursery, I remember. Where was Albert, though? Well, let's go in the seed area, I guess. Let's look in here. Nothing of interest in here. We can open the windows.
Before I activate the fan, I need to check if the interior of the Colonial Collection Room can be seen from here. From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
I like how you can just, like... I like how you can just, I like how you can just accuse people before you're really ready to do that. Like, you can just be like, I don't give a crap. I'm just gonna accuse these people. Whatever. They can suck it. You know?
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
See if he has caterpillars all over him.
It works perfectly, Holmes.
He does.
Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
He could be the killer. He had the opportunity to steal the Divine Syndicate plants and stimulate them from his workplace directly after he had locked him inside the clone. I believe it was him. Oh, we're at the point where we're not even like... Interesting.
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
Oh, good. You cleanly plants off, you Watson. Good job. But we can just do it from here. We don't have to, like, leave. We don't have to go to the exit. Scotland Yard. I still haven't fixed the thing with that number. Talk to Lestrade. Oh, I can actually go in Lestrade's office.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
Sometime later. We're in the cart for some reason. Is that the end? Did we do it?
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
What am I supposed to do then?
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
I'm not hurrying.
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please?
Oh, that's
I should
why
like to
there's no need
examine
to
it.
hurry. I see why there was no need to hurry.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
I like how this isn't over yet. This isn't over yet. Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserved to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon my hands. We Hamishes seem to have always fallen victim to our circumstance, and I find myself to be no exception. I must atone, and I shall do so here and now. Farewell. Alright, well, we still have... Why do we still have, why do we still have, like, things? Why is this case not over? Are we gonna find out he was also murdered? What's up with his feet?
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
It is? Hamish was unable to run due to the tibial torsion on his club foot. Therefore, we should find out if he had sufficient time to lock the door and activate the ventilation. Did he have an accomplice? Ooh, okay. Interesting. We're not done yet.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts
oh my God.
So that we may recreate
What
the
is
events of
this?
that morning.
Half past 9. Meets Albert. This is Albert. This is done. Okay. It was about 20 minutes. It was at around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes. Okay. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, they go up to the backyard. Okay. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommended his inspection, recommenced his inspection, and entered the dry topics room. Hamish returned to the seat house. Hamish returned to the seat house. Dunn is in the dry tropics room. Okay. Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Alright. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40. Alright. When she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily greenhouse and joined them. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he has observed Montague Dunn was unwell, which was at around 10:30. When did he return? Wait, 10 what? 10:30? Hamish. I mean, this one I don't know. I think it was 10:10, wasn't it? Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed, which was at around 10:30. He observes Hamish returning from visiting at 10 minutes past 10. Okay. That would go there. And this was at 10:40.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Where is it? This one. At 20 minutes, it would have been enough time to trap. She could have locked the door and alerted Hamish to activate the ventilation system. But she has... I feel like she actually has evidence that she didn't do it. Am I wrong about that? Like, we have a... would have had the opportunity.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick!
So basically, we either have to decide Albert and Hamish. We have to figure that one out. I'm not gonna... I want to do one more thing. Hey, Papaya Chemist, thanks for the raid. How is it going? Hope you're doing well. Is there another one here? She said there was a thing here. Didn't she? She told me that there was a spool here. Oh, here we go.
Here it is.
It was there, okay.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
So it can't be her. So the only person it could have been is Albert, but it feels weird that he would have helped him. I'm doubtful of it. I'm doubtful of it. Should I absolve him? I don't know. I don't think I should. Yeah, I think so too. We'll see what happens. It couldn't have been Miss White though.
What happened, Inspector?
It's all over now, lad. There is no use denying it. We know that you murdered your father. Patricide by plant poisoning. Very alliterative.
What? You're mad. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about botany. No!
Apparently he didn't do it. Well, so... Oh well. No, it couldn't have been her. Maybe he did act alone. I feel like this game railroaded me into picking the wrong person. Oh well. I want to know who it really was. I really do. I'm gonna look it up. It says it could ruin it could spoil the game experience if we know. But I don't care. I'm gonna stop the timer. Yeah, it just says red, which means I was wrong. Oh, there's only one more case after this. I do know that. I kind of assumed that it's apparently White was the accomplice. That doesn't make sense. I disagree. They basically like I listened to her laboratory thing and I was like, this is really long. I don't want to listen to the whole thing, which made me believe that she was there for the entire time. And I said she was definitely in the laboratory. That's mean. What if I hit replay ending? I'm curious. I just want to know what happens. I want to see that ending. I want to see the ending where we pick a different person. Oh, we can do it. Okay. Like, look at this. This is so jank. It's so crappy, I think. I think this is we can't even do it again. We can't even do it again. we play the thing, and I'm gonna call that moon logic. I'm gonna push the moon logic button on that one. No, she's not here. I don't think we can question anybody. I mean, I guess I can look for her. Why would it have done that? No, she's not here. I mean, maybe we were supposed to figure it out because the vent was here, and oh, the vent was here. Maybe that was supposed to be our clue. That this thing was here. Maybe all three of them did it. Maybe our clue was this was here. And so somebody had to be in here to do it. That was probably our clue, but Holmes determined she was in the lab the entire time. Okay, I kind of disagree with this one, but whatever. Alright, let's do this one. I wanna see the final conclusion when we correct. We picked wrong once, I know that. On one of them. That was garbage. It was kind of garbage.
How can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me, but she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop! I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No,
Get
it's
her.
too late.
Get wrecked. It was Miss
Well
White
done, Watson.
in the
She was not
conservatory with the
faking.
plant.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson?
Should have listened to myself at the beginning.
You just saved me. Or worse.
There, we did it. I don't see how. I felt. I don't know. Maybe we got all the clues though. That's the thing. We got all 22 of the clues. It says we found all the clues. If we would have missed a clue, I would have been like, oh, we missed a clue. All right, like we did on the train one. I'm glad I redid the ending too. I don't want to go back to the train one and redo the ending and figure out which one was actually right, but whatever. I mean, I think I know what was right, but the half moon walk, we're gonna start this and then we're going to continue it on
Where are you going,
Thursday.
Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We have? Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet.
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat-head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Ah, sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the stairs now.
Oh, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, 'cause I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
And forget about the dinner? Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
I'll be there. All right. Now we're done. Yeah, I'm confused by the last one too. I don't quite get it. Maybe they were all in on it. He said, I didn't do it. I don't know anything about botany. Well, you didn't have to, because the one dude did all the work. You just had to close the door. I think we were supposed to deduce it because of the ventilation. Like trigger. I think that was supposed to be our clue. That implicated Ms. White. I think that was our clue that we kind of missed. If I wouldn't have listened to that laboratory recording, I might have chosen correctly. Yeah, I know. He's putting them in danger. All right, I'm curious. How many Sherlock Holmes game has Frogware made? How many of these have they made? Crimes and Punishments. Over 9,000. They made The Awakened, which is a new one. They made, well, let's sort by year. Okay, the first one they made was, they made The Awakened, which is the first one. Apparently they've remade it. Then we have Nemesis, Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, which is what we're playing now. The Devil's Daughter. And then we got one called Chapter 1. I don't know why it's just called Chapter 1, but it's called Chapter 1. And it'd be expensive. If I would calling something Chapter 1, I would think, which one's the hidden object game? Do I have that on my list? And then there's one called The Awakened. The first one called The Awakened. They remade it, though. That's not a hidden object game. This doesn't look like one. I may not have the first one they made, because it is a hidden object game. Okay. I don't think I have it on the list. I don't think I have the one that is a hidden object game on the list. I did add another Frogwares game, which looks hidden object adjacent, but not actually. It was like it didn't have hidden. The Secret of the Silver Lining. I think that's the one you're talking about. Wait, that one doesn't seem to be hidden object either. I don't seem to have this one on my list. Or the Silver Earring. I don't seem to have this one on my list. Or I don't have it associated correctly. Oh no, I have it on my list. It's just not associated with Frogwares correctly. Okay. Well, that was the first one. I'm gonna have to edit that one. Weird. Oh, it's not. Oh, I guess it does have Frogwares listed. Published by Ubisoft. Ubisoft. I don't see a hidden object game with the Sherlock Holmes. Oh, Mystery of the Persian Carpet. There you go. Mystery of the Persian Carpet. That is a hidden object game. Apparently. Apparently. I don't know. Frogwares did make some hidden objects. I like it too. I've liked every single Sherlock Holmes games I've played so far. We played the Lost Case Files, I think it was called, with the serrated scalpel and the rose tattoo, and I thought those were both really good. The rose they had a few annoying features to them, especially the rose tattoo. I remember we had to talk to everybody, exhaust every single conversation option for things to open up, and it took me a while to figure out that I actually had to do that. And it was kind of annoying, but overall, what the heck just happened? Okay, that was weird. Was it doing that thing again? I think it's doing that thing again. Anyway, we're gonna raid somebody. I'll be back on. Oh, we gotta do our Taco Tuesday drawing. Almost forgot about that. Taco Tuesday drawing. Then raid somebody. You haven't entered. Exclamation point. I love tacos. And then I'll draw the winner. Wait, I haven't played a Sherlock Holmes game that I haven't liked. I feel like when you make a Sherlock Holmes game, you put enough effort into it to make it decent. I don't know. Like, it's not like you have to, but you know, it's not like there's anybody protecting the IP or anything like that of Sherlock Holmes, but I feel like if you're gonna put the Sherlock Holmes name on it, you do a pretty decent job. Alright, our winner is Stains Blue. You're the winner of the Taco Token. Gift token.
Boom, baby, boom! I'm the evil Midnight Bomber. What bombs at midnight?
There you go. Enjoy it. Alright, now we're gonna raid somebody. Who to raid? Who to raid? Robot Spacer's playing that game that he's been playing for a million streams, 15 to be exact. I had a good night too. I'll be back at 8 on Thursday. And then next Sunday, on Sunday, that's when daylight savings time will be in effect. I'm just yawning thinking about it. I'm yawning thinking about daylight savings time. Yeah, that's the proper response. That is the proper response to that. Busty Booker, that is the proper response. Isn't it like the most common like time for like heart attacks and stuff? Daylight savings time. So alright, here we go. Raid Robot Spacer, who's playing Mopedi Island, a DOS detective mystery game, which is on my list. Thanks, Paulie No Hands. You too. Oh, Claire decided to pay a visit. Hey, Claire. Hey, Claire. Come here. Claire. Claire. There we go. Alright, Claire decided to pay a visit before we end the stream. I'll be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. for more. We're probably going to finish the game. We might finish it somewhat early, and then we may fire up something different. Like, we may try to play the Game Boy game Lee Carvello's Putting Challenge 2 if we finish really early. I don't know. Sometimes these cases take like a few. This one took a while. This case took a while, so this took most of the stream because I think we finished the old case, first case in like the first half hour, and then we did this case the rest of the time. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all next time.